Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this simple tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can create some smart URLs on your website. So let's say I took this as a link. Let's say you have a link and you're just outputting these parameters, the ID and the title. So remember, when you echo out the title, it will come the way you posted it in the database. So it will be having these spaces, the ones you're seeing here, how to space, create space, a create, stuff like that. So when the user clicks such a link, let's say the user has clicked it and they press enter, you see in the URL they will put these percentage signs and the number 20 percentage sign. So where there is space, the browser will automatically prefix it with this. So we don't want this kind of URL. So we need to create some smart URL in this perimeter of title, like dashes or underscore, the way WordPress does it. So we are going to create our simple variable here. Oh, I need to change the keyboard language. So we are going to create a new variable here, and I'm going to call it new URL, and we are going to use the string replace function, string underscore replace function. Don't forget the semicolon, and it takes in three parameters. The first one is search, the second one is replace, and the last one subject. So where there is search, they are asking you what are you searching for in the string that you're going to be replacing. So we are searching for spaces. You leave a space there. So what we are searching for are these spaces, the ones you're seeing there. So that's the first parameter. And then what do you want to replace it with? So we want to replace those spaces, let's say with a dash, the way WordPress does it. And lastly, what is the subject? So something that you're acting on, and we are going to be acting on this URL. So the one that you're seeing here. So that's the subject that we are working on. And then with this, we can echo out and see if that has done the magic. So I'm first showing you this simple way, how it is done. Then I'll show you how it's also done in the production way. So I'm just going to put good URL and just concatenate the new variable that we created here. So new URL, paste it there, don't forget the semicolon, and let's echo out, and you can see, so where there is a space, they have replaced it with these dashes. So when we are to take this URL in the browser, we will no longer see the percentage signs. So that will be the new URL in our browser. It won't be looking like this. So how is it done in the production way? I once had this on my website, but now by the time you will be watching this video, everything will be set on my website. So I once had this, and yeah, this somehow affects your appearance in the browser. The search engines won't be fetching up your web pages, but with these URLs like this, there are chances that your website will be seen by people. You can also put underscores if you want, and that's how it will be looking like. Times I prefer this. I prefer the previous one. So let me show you how it's done in the production way. So we can get rid of this, all of this, and I'm just going to create some fake variables here, ID, and I'm going to give it 100, and then let's say article title. So this is a variable also, and I'm just going to say how to create a website. So I'm assuming this post is coming from the database. Then we echo them out in a link. Here we shall pass in the href, and here on the my left hand side I'm having this file index.php, then post.php, and url converter.php. So all these files are empty. The first thing I'm going to write here is post.php. We are not going to write anything there. I just want us to get a page where we can be redirected to. So post.php, then question mark id, and we are going to echo out the id, this id, that the one we created here. So assume these ids are coming from the database. So id, and then we pass in the parameter and title equals, so we are going to echo out the title. So echo, then we echo out this variable, the one you're seeing here. So echo that out, and in the middle here we are going to echo out the same thing. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it there. Let me put this on a new line. So this is how it looks like when we refresh. We are just having a normal link, and when we inspect this page, I want you to see what is going on in the background. So we are just having this page post.php, then question mark id equals 100, and title equals how to create a website, and we also echo out the website like the title on the page. So check out when the user clicks this. When the user clicks this, we shall be taken to post.php. Then you see now we get this bad URL, the perimeter for title. It will be having those percentage signs and the trait number and the number 20. Sorry. So what you're going to do now, you have seen how we are assuming all these values are coming from the database. What we're going to do first is go to our URL converter, and we are going to create our PHP tags. This is how I did it on my website. And then I'm going to create a function. So I want this to be dynamic, so that I can put it anywhere that I want to do such a change. And I'll write URL converter. So this is the function that I created. Then I'll also pass in a perimeter here. Title, you can name it anything you want, because it will be a title that we shall be converting. Then I'll just write a variable. I will create a variable there, and I say string underscore replace. And then, as I told you, what do you want to replace? You want to replace the spaces with what? Then with a dash, and then we also pass in this perimeter that we passed in. So this is going to be dynamic, so anything that will be passed in this function will act on that element. And then we shall return the URL. So let us save this. This is the simple code that I wrote to make such changes, and then we just include that file on our page. So we say require underscore once, and then we require this file, the one you're seeing here, URL underscore converter. I don't mistype it. So we include that file on our page. Then we come on the perimeter, the one you are seeing here. So what we want to do is we come on this perimeter and echo out that function. So this function that we wrote here, let me make it side by side. So we want to get this function and surround it this perimeter, so where they are echoing out article title. So we put that function and surround it with this. So we are echoing out this article title inside the URL converter function. When you refresh, so you're going to take note of the article title now. It's going to be having those dashes. So when we click this, now check out our URL. So it's going to be having those dashes. Let me show it to you clearly. I'm just going to go in the post.php and I get it from the URL. So if it's set, want to use the super global get variable and want to get the title. I'll just create a variable here called title equals, we want to get the title from there, and let's echo out the title and see how it looks like. Refresh, and this is how it looks like. You can see that it's looking good. We can also replace it with underscores. So you can see how it's very simple. You have a single function that you can always change and get different results. Oh, I need to go and click on the link, and now it will be having those underscores. So guys, I hope this tutorial was useful to you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it on different social medias, and I will be always seeing you in the next tutorials. You can see how it's very simple. So this perimeter that we passed in will act on any value that you also pass in here. So here we just got this URL converter function and we pass in any value, and it will be replacing this perimeter that we used here. Peace. I will see you in the next tutorials.